spirit of increasing your impact. I would like to see you have more transitions among the different chunks. So this is the concept. How are we actually going to implement that? Well, we have a 3-stage process.
So transition.
So because you tend to just jump right into the and it's like I didn't even know that you stopped talking about the previous thing.
We have been trying to work on that, but
we did notice that was one of our biggest issues.
Get a little more stagey about it. So that's our basic concept. Now how about this?
Okay.
Or well, that's how it's going to work, but how much is it going to cost? Right? I mean that's
so
really,
like making it work.
So you're introducing it.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't have to be given.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be.
No,
It's just transition.
It's getting people to focus on your next point.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, now we're going to talk about.
Yeah.
So how much is this going to cost?
And don't worry about adding more time. You have plenty of time. We weren't timing you, but it was not too long. So it's okay if you add some more words.
Yeah, how long?
15 minutes, and then 5 for questions.
Yesterday we did it. We were about like 11 or 10 minutes.
Well,
Perfect.
will we not
Yeah.
get penalized if we don't use the whole 15? Will they not think negatively on that?
No.
Okay. Okay.
No, you can
Because
blow somebody
there-
away in a short period.
There is not going to be a person walking through pushing you out.
Okay.
If you hit 18 minutes and then the judge has questions and answers, and for some reason you are the last people, if you're in a room with multiple people, if you're the last people there, no one's going to come and push you out because they do have time built in between presentations for the judges to collect their thoughts and score you, which you don't know about, but I'm telling you about. So don't worry about the time. Just focus on the presentation, the materials, and the transitions, and the Q&A.
You're not in danger of running over even. Yeah. Second, the fact that you're leveraging local media, so you're tapping into existing networks, and this is true for Fund 107 or the other local businesses that you're partnering with, which you didn't really elaborate on, but the Fund 107 clearly.
I know the most about it.
There's not a lot of local media. That's one of our problems. That's one of the Standard Times has.
Well, they are definitely plugging into local media, and between the actual media and then the groups that have existing following, you're basically saying, we're not very active on social media, but as soon as we partner with these people, it's going to explode because we're tapping into those networks. I love that. That's extremely.
We just kind of were thinking of that today, and we
Well,
noticed
today
that,
we did throw in the Fund
we
107
noticed
app.
how we can use their social media audience as well to
And I
build
totally,
our
because
audience.
when we do events with you guys, we go Facebook Live while we're there, and then I forgot to say that I threw it into every other presentation, so I gotta remember that.
You only did it once, Kelsey, but just it was in the Q&A section, and it's when you were kind of off guard. Be careful with terms like stuff.
Okay.
You were talking about your social media following, or the tracking, or something about statistics, and just be cautious and wary. You know the answers and the subjects, but just be cautious of using the filler words when you're trying to collect your thoughts in the high pressure Q&A.
And do you know the trick for if a question really throws you, because it's nothing, nobody's ever come up with it before?
Repeat the question.
Repeat the question.
Fake an injury.
Yeah, fake an injury works
Yeah.
really good. But now let me make sure I heard you right. You're asking me, or you're asking us, giving the other two people a chance. I don't know what the hell you're gonna say.
So
But,
if I understand you correctly.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
But,
and just-
but it's a trick, and it gives you time.
Thank you.
Or just take a second, even if it's a kind of softball, just take a second
Yep.
to set up that you're thinking about it. That way, if you do get a hard question, it's not awkward when you pause for 2 seconds before you answer. So if on an easy question, you just jump right in and start talking. You just give it a second to digest, then answer it.
You'll also come, if you take a second, you'll come out more polished anyway.
Yeah.
But then,
And then if you do get a curveball, ask the question. But if you pause for a second, it's not awkward that's weird they didn't pause before. But
Yeah.
Yep.
Right.
Okay, under opportunities or weaknesses, seasonal high points. Right? You have a high fixed cost, everything's paid for, the meter's always running, and then you have periods of we're full, but then there's also slack periods where it's not. And the part of the function of marketing with a situation like this is to pull in volume during the times when you're slack, because the meter's running anyway, we need people here to help us to justify the fact that the meter's running. And so if there's any way that you can sort of emphasize that your marketing is going to bring people in during slack periods or low times or times when there's capacity that otherwise would go unused, you're really doing something great. It's like let's say that we're sending a plane from Providence to Chicago and there's an empty seat on there. If your marketing fills that seat, that's money that we just didn't lose, right? And it's the same kind of thing here. You're managing demand essentially.
What we could do is, when we mention the princess programs, is
Yes.
say that we advertise for birthday parties then too, like
Which
which shows people the venue that can be used as birthday parties throughout the year or something like that.
What
How's that?
the snack bar snack bar is a big high margin
It's
activity.
called the Bear's Den.
The Bear's Den. What does it go up and down throughout the
Yeah,
you know?
if you
Are
have,
Wednesdays slow? I mean, if you then promote the princesses on Wednesdays,
Yeah.
you're bringing it in when there's slack capacity.
right, it's all about, during the winter time, they have, Toomajian puppet band.
Yes.
And when that's going on, there's tons of people in the zoo, and then they go to the gift store, they go to and the rest of the week, that's on a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, nothing's going on, so no one has an excuse to go there.
So something happening every day, or we're going to bring it in on a day when nothing else is happening.
Yeah, Wednesday afternoon, we'll get a spike of people,
We'll get a spike.
they'll get lunch, they'll get, buy some of the little kids, they need to stop at the gift store.
And that stuff is all high margin.
Yeah.
Plus,
Are
we have
those-
to staff the snack bar.
Are those numbers obtainable by us? Are we able to see those numbers of, like, say, the high and low points that we could potentially have for
For
backlogging?
people, for capacity or
Like
attendance.
like Bears Den sales or something.
You can, if you email Paula,
Paula should have those?
she
Okay.
should have them available, or she can.
Awesome.
We have them, just I don't know what they want to share.
Okay.
And you don't have to show the data to get the basic idea across.
Yes.
We have the meters running, there's not enough people coming in, we're gonna attract people, and we're gonna thus make money.
Yeah, you don't want to get in the weeds with.
Sure.
And Matt, question for you. The way we came in, Alex came in first with the signs,
That was
acknowledged.
good.
Did you think that was okay? 'Cause you're-
I didn't even notice,
Okay.
which is the best thing.
There was like lots of greeting going
Okay.
on, and then stuff was
Just
getting set
because
up.
we
and weren't
were
even looking
really
at it.
concerned with, like, we needed the thing set up first, to get the posters up, to have someone walk in and not shake hands first.
Right.
So
And
that
that's
was, you felt like that was
Yeah,
alright?
you guys were
How'd you-
definitely interacting with us while this stuff was going on in the
Okay.
background.
That was like one of our biggest, like.
The one thing I did notice, and it's probably just because of the room and the way that you were laid out, was I felt like I was watching the cup game where there's the ball under the cup, because I think Alex was in the middle, and then you were over there, and then you were over there, and then Kelsey went in the middle.
At the
and-
start, yeah.
Yeah, but that's just, I think, because of this specific setup, but
That was
very minor, very minor.
We know that we're gonna practice a million times the night before.
Along the lines of leveraging existing social media networks and so on, is it possible to leverage competing attractions? So the Whaling Museum, State Pier, summer music festivals, and so forth and so on. Are there other things that you can do where you can pair with that attraction? Battleship Cove. I mean, I'm just trying to think. It's a destination. People are going to come in from the suburbs.
I
We're going to
mean-
make a day of it. We're going to go to the zoo.
I guess, in a way, yes, but depending where people are coming from.
Okay.
If someone's coming from like Portsmouth, Rhode Island, and they're going to the zoo, they're gonna probably then hit no props and then go back home.
Right.
Where if they're coming from Cape Cod, that's a little bit further, like depending how far away.
Right.
Where they might like stay nearby and try and hit the Whaling Museum too, just because it does take like an hour to get through, and then that's something that's not.
But did you phrase that there were competing attractions as a problem?
Yes.
Had you? Where was that competing attractions?
Right.
Other- Okay, so what are the main competing attractions in your view?
Probably what we considered competing attractions were Roger Williams Zoo.
Okay, all right.
So not necessarily like those, but like things that people will be there all day.
Other zoos.
Like other zoos.
Other zoos. Okay, so that'll raise a question about, well, what's your particular niche? I mean, maybe the kiddie market. That's fine. All right, 200,000 visitors. You're going to get from 175 to 200,000. I doubt you guys are gonna be the only ones moving the needle, so I would urge you to phrase it as, we're going to try to contribute to that increase. The zoo is going for that, and we certainly are hoping to contribute to that increase. Not like, if it doesn't happen through us, it's not gonna happen.
They have like 3 new attractions opening this summer.
Yeah.
So that could get you up to 200.
So by promoting the new
that's what we keep
attraction.
missing in July.
It's,
Is the
aquatic
aquatic
center
center
and
opens in
nature
July.
park.
I read about that.
You had
have
mentioned
it in
it,
your
you had mentioned
report.
it.
We have it in our
Yeah.
report, but yeah, alright, so we need to make sure we fill that in the time.
Yeah.
It's harder because we don't have it
Yeah.
written anymore.
Yep.
So we
You
forgot.
you guys are gonna promote this stuff that's gonna bring the visitors in, as
Yeah.
opposed to like you're solely responsible
Yep.
for it. See, so just to lower the expectations, you have a role to play, you're not the only thing that's driving it. Explain the princess's concept, so just sort of a quick thumbnail sketch of that, and the idea that you're plugging into a social media network that's very active.
So- We have princesses coming, 2 hours a month.
Right. Well, okay, so
Snow
like,
day.
how many of you have been to Disney? Disney, they have these character attractions. We have a similar thing in the South Coast. And they have a rabid following of kids that want to come and see the princesses.
Mhm.
And we're gonna plug into them and their active social media network.
You're in
Right.
Disneyland.
Because you're saying princesses, and I'm like,
Comparison.
Well,
what's this? As opposed to like just you wanted to sort of say, look, it's like a character attraction.
Yeah, you just
Okay.
need a
Something like that.
descriptive sentence telling where the princesses are, but I actually think you did a good job. I was, because I had missed it in your report, that the princesses have their own network. It may have
I don't
been in
think
there,
it's in there. We should
but
put
but
it
I
down.
heard that, and I heard that
That's
very
exciting,
clearly.
right?
and that
Hey,
was-
leverage,
huge, that's
leverage.
huge,
Yeah.
I think,
Yeah.
that's huge.
Yeah, that was really good, but I do think a descriptive sentence on why do I care about princesses?
And what is this thing? It's a
Yeah.
great idea. There's a lot of dynamics to it, right? So it's about expressing it and getting the idea across.
And then you mentioned the same thing with the food trucks.
Yep.
The food trucks have.
They have their own following, the
Yeah.
whatever app.
Roaming hunger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
What is it?
again, it's
Roaming
tying
hunger.
There's-
those other.
I-
There's like multiple ones.
I
Lots of
googled,
ones.
because
Roaming
I forgot
hunger.
what it was. I googled it and I got articles that were like top 15 apps for, top 10 apps for. So there's dozens of apps for food trucks.
That's just the one I know. It's on
Yeah.
That's how you
Right,
find
but
them.
that's all you have to sell
Yeah.
is an app like Roaming Hunger, which already has a set following to now bring additional
Yeah.
oversight, foresight, whatever
Yeah.
word I'm looking for.
Okay.
Yeah.
Food trucks, there's a pent up demand in this area. That's part of the unique.
Oh,
the unique
Yeah, I
did we
forgot that.
say no we didn't.
You know,
Okay.
the current municipal regulations are very restrictive, but because the zoo has its own sort of like, control over the space or something, you have to make, they have their own footprint, they're allowed, they can bring people in. Under the banner of special events at the zoo, and so in this way, we're gonna tap into that pent up demand.
I mean, I don't know that.
Not they get
If
into a
you
lot
say-
of the
if you say it,
technicalities.
yeah, I don't even know if it's necessarily, it's not gonna take away, I don't know that it's gonna add, and I don't know if that someone's gonna bring it up about the
Well, it's not
legality of it.
common to not, like, that area, it's common to have food trucks, so I don't think anyone would notice if we missed it.
Yeah.
Right, but you could say,
But-
look, unlike here on the West Coast where there's food trucks all over, it's really kind of a new thing
But
on the East
the
Coast and it's very
leveraging
restricted.
that, like, it's not common might help.
Right, you're
Yeah.
tapping into something that's
Yeah.
cool and new and people are following, I mean, there's a reason for it.
Yeah, if you phrase it that way, and I was,
There's buzz.
right, I just wouldn't necessarily, I think that sounds better than, well, it's really hard to get food trucks based on the municipality's legality.
Food trucks are new on the East Coast, believe it or
Yeah.
not,
Yeah.
and,
It's a rising
it's a rising thing.
trend.
So, yeah.
Rising trend.
Okay,
The way that you do have it worded when you do say it, though, is
Yeah.
good, I think.
alright, and, finally, you need to pause and make eye contact and say something about how the world is going to be a better place. So this is our basic concept. How is this going to, hit the zoo's goals? And we're confident that this can work. It's a very reasonable investment, and if you can do it, we're certain that the zoo will be a better place or something like that.
You,
Because you guys just stopped.
yeah, maybe you tie in, I felt, the master plan really well at the beginning,
And it
but then it never comes back full circle, so maybe use that as part of the conclusion is,
We could
you know,
incorporate that
it
when
does
the
go
exhibits
along.
start to
Yeah.
open.
yeah.
It does, yeah,
Tie
it comes
together.
back
Tie
to
it part of the
pull
master
pull it
plan,
back,
yeah.
because you do a great job pulling operations bare, that is woven throughout the entire presentation,
Thank
including
God.
all the different, we know what we're looking at and what the campaign is, but I think that you did, that's something that stuck in my mind was the master plan, so maybe just tie that back in
Yeah,
later.
like the first leg of it, like the aquatic center opens in
And
July, so
that's
I'll just
just-
bring it back up then.
Yep.
Okay, here we are. So, that's our concept. The zoo has got a great product and they have great plans for the future. But to make all this work, they need more visitors and they need disposable income that comes from the high margin auxiliary activities. We're certain that by publicizing all the great things that are happening at the zoo and by bringing in these new activities and new audiences, that we're going to help the zoo achieve its great plans. Thank you. The world will be a better place. But you're tying it
How long
into,
was
we
the
have a great
presentation?
product and
The
a great,
presentation was 11 minutes.
11 minutes.
great product, great plans, but we need people. This is gonna bring it
They're
back.
15.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why 11 is
You got it.
perfect.
Yeah.
Because believe
It
me,
gives us-
something will go wrong.
Oh,
I'm really sorry. I've been giving presentations for the last 60 years. Something will go wrong.
Alright.
You don't know what it is?
You don't know what it is
You
yet.
don't know what it is.
Let me get back in position so
You-
that we can practice walking out too.
Yes.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, you do need to practice that too.
Alright.
Door for you.